that. She shoots too many threes, right? She should not shoot threes until she makes a couple of layups or something inside the paint. Am I wrong about that, Coach?
Yeah, you always want to get you somewhere. If it's not working early, your jump shot is not working early. Attack the basket, try some middies, um, make some assists, dribble drive, dribble drive to the basket, see if you can create something for your team. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, but today's concept, I'm going to go back to you, but today's concept has changed a little bit. They say we got shoots. If you hear the concept has changed a little bit, shooters need to keep shooting. So you have some
Right.
coaches today that have a philosophy. They want even though it's a bad shooting night, they want the shooters to keep shooting to keep their confidence up. So but where's where's the boundary with that? Okay, where's the healthy? Like, is that a good word to use? But where's the healthy boundary to that? Where the point where it's like, okay, you got to pivot and do something different for your team tonight. That's
Right.
what I'm saying. Like, where do we draw that line like that? But there's some coaches that say hey, even though they're not shooting well tonight, they still want a. They know that a person that's usually a pretty good top shooter, a good shooter for their team, they still want them to shoot. So going into the next game, they still have that muscle memory, confidence, and all that great stuff.
That is a great point because the Phoenix Mercury went 3 for 23 from the 3-point line tonight. So there you go. Coach just told you. Like that's analytics talks nowadays. That's what the coaches say. You got to keep shooting, keep your confidence up, and all that stuff. That's analytic talk. Now, old school coach talk, which is more the eye test and the feel of the game, tells me that hey, I have more offensive talent, people that can take people off the dribble and have more skills, and the footwork's good around the hoop to be able to manufacture their own offense and get in their own rhythm so that when they are open at the 3-point line, they'll have more confidence to knock at least one or two of those down. You're not going to win a game. You may win a game a half a time out of 10 shooting 3 for 23 from the 3-point line. So I need to hear more about that part. Like 0 for 3. This is what I see. 0 for 5, 0 for 3, 0 for 3, 0 for 1, 2 for 8, 1 for 3. Like you're not winning a playoff game. So somebody go back and find a playoff game where they shot 13% from the 3-point line and won. That wasn't in the 90s. Or in the 80s. Just let me know. I'm just up here talking.
I'm just saying. Let's shift gears a little bit. Let's shift gears a little bit before we break it out of here, because I want to get you guys' opinion on Noel Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
Contract not being renewed. Thoughts, comments, questions, concerns?
If I'm going off of you, if I'm going off of what you've been saying for most of the season, she didn't have a chance to begin with. So I don't.
I heard last season.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't.
Go ahead.
I'm just messing around. Go ahead.
So I'm going to say if she coached all season the way she coached in that playoff game, like where was that? You know what I mean? So do you see that the talent and the ability is there? We don't know here's the thing I always say, because I'm talking from a coach's experience and been there, done some of that, not totally in Noel's Quinn's shoes. So I can't say I exactly know, but there is a lot of things that you do not see that goes on that it sometimes get in the way of you coaching, because I've had it happen to me, and there's some introspection, but I'm not saying that's the reason why she fell forward. But I do believe in her as a coach, and I believe she needs a different opportunity that fits her. I would love to see Noelle Quinn coaches. I do believe it. I like the way she coaches, the kind of disposition she has that she's chosen to have as a head coach. The thing is, you have to find those type of players that fit what you can coach, and I'm saying that from my experience as well. that I've learned by the burn that I couldn't coach. I thought I could, and I can't coach this type of group. And it's okay. That doesn't mean you can't coach. It means they need someone that can reach them, not X and O's, but that can reach them. And so, I'm not saying she didn't reach them. I'm just saying you just didn't see a natural mesh
I
when you
mean,
started
you
meeting and
kind of
how our
saying
team
it.
is.
You
Yeah.
kind of saying it, but I mean, you're not saying it, but you're kind of saying it. And I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying, like, she lost the locker room. Like, yeah, was it last year or was it beginning of this year? When was it? She lost it. She lost it.
Last year, at the end of last season, for
Yeah,
sure.
when they brought her back anyway.
To try to say, well, was it okay? We're gonna take. They did the process of elimination.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna take this away. See if it was that No, that
Yeah.
person that they said that was starting trouble with. No, so it wasn't that person. It was the coaching. It was the coaching staff. I mean, but and
Now,
then
was it the entire coaching staff that was relieved of their duties?
I can't remember. But that's where I'm at because Pokey is assistant GM.
Mm-hmm.
So that's to me. I think that's another unfair situation. How does that even work? For the love of basketball, I wouldn't be comfortable with that. I'm like, you either going to GM or you going to be coach, and I don't got to coach.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you assistant GM, you coaching, then won't just go ahead and be the head coach and assistant GM. You don't need me as a head coach.
Right. Exactly. Yep.
That's the kind of me. That's the kind of conversation I would have had with it. Like,
Yep.
so I don't think she was fair. That's another thing you got to look at when you kind of break that down, Ati. But what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really understand Pokey's role. Like I said, I don't really understand Seattle. So I was more interested in just like I said, the whole thing is clunky to me. Nothing ever changed about that. I was just trying to see was that her whole staff let go.
I think Pokey covered. She had a dual relationship.
Usually it's different. You're right, because usually if it's mostly happens in the NBA. I don't know that there are times that I've seen coaches like head coaches get fired, but they retain some of the assistant coaches for whatever, right? But in this case, I mean, yeah, I mean, I could see why I could see. Let's be honest. I could see them letting go of the head coach and keeping most of the staff.
Yeah.
Just because the way that the way that the Storm has operated, and this is just from living in Seattle for years, decades, and just from the outside in and people that are associated with the organization, it's very, 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 very political. It is. It's totally. It's of course there's hierarchies, there's outside forces, there's people that want to see this even though they don't know basketball, but they contribute the finances and the business deals that help bring more revenue to the Storm, so they have to be heard even though they're probably not the people that you need to listen to. That's how it is. That this I mean that and in some cases that I mean not some cases, but that's how it is in a lot of organizations, except for the competent ones, the people that say, hey, you do that, we'll do the basketball thing, this is what we do, don't tell us our job, don't call us, we'll call you when we need your help, that type of thing.
So you're already saying that the Chicago Sky could benefit from firing a head coach?
No comment.
Man,
if the Chicago Sky look to upgrade the head coach position, they could bring in a recently fired Seattle Storm head coach. That's Scott Conrad on Chicago Sky on Sports Illustrated.
Would it be worse, or would it be better?
I don't know.
I'd be
so
honest.
Go ahead.
I'd be honest with you. I think she's a way better coach than Tyler Marsh. And then to me, again, looking from my sideline view, it looked like she had some stipulations that she was trying to work through and had some and I'm not saying I'm not putting anything out there I don't know about. I said it appeared to be. Is that fair to say? Some stipulations that were unfair to her based on how the other part of the staff was, composed, comprised of. If that makes
So
sense.
are
I
you
was
saying
looking
that
for a word.
those not all of those people are not people that she picked, or that they picked for her? Is that what you're saying?
Exactly that
Okay.
part. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that could be true too.
That
Yeah.
I've had that happen to me, and then he
Right.
did everything to make sure he was the next person up
Right.
and pushed me out, and I've been but I'm not going on that rant. But
Mm.
the thing is, she knows basketball. She's been in there. So would I throw her in Chicago? No, because I think I think she's better deserve. I think Quinn is better deserving of that. Like
Mm.
I get where she's coming from and how she wants to coach women, professional women. So I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think it's
Mhm.
finding your fit in the league for that type of style of coaching. There's a place for all styles of coaching. It just not the Storm franchise for Quinn.
Right. So it's like it just for a really raw example. If you have an apple that has bruises on it, you could basically take a knife and you can cut the bruises off and still eat the good parts of the apple, right?
That's it. That's right.
But that's
That's,
if you find out which who is the bruised part of the apple on that coaching staff. I'm just saying, who do you cut out? Do you know specifically who is the apple, the part of the apple that needs to be cut out? Because if that's all it is, then that might have to happen, right? I mean,
I'm not gonna go with my gut. I'm not gonna go with my gut. I'm gonna leave it there because that's a whole different. I don't even want to say what I'm thinking from my view,
mhm.
but
Yeah, I'm just asking questions right now. As far as NECA, to answer Jeremy's quick question, if NECA comes back, it's only because it's something that she's just comfortable with the Storm and she doesn't want to leave, because she can play for just about any other team that she wants to play for that needs.
The hell she can.
What you mean? How come she can't?
Every place she went to, every place she's been, when she left, the locker room was a mess. Tell me I'm wrong.
I'm worried about the locker room as long as he
No,
puts
you
this
should.
work.
You have to be. That disrupts what goes on there.
I
That's
mean,
that disrupts what's going on there. Tell me where she could go.
unfortunately, not everybody worries about that.
Oh no.
We're seeing that in Seattle right now.
Yeah, they finna get worried about it.
I mean, she can't be worse. She can't be worse than the management of what allegedly. I say this allegedly in air quotes of Kennedy Carter.
allegedly,
Yeah, I mean, they said she was so much of a problem for them in the organization that they refused to bring her back to give the Chicago Sky a chance at making the playoffs this year. So I'm just
you
saying,
talking about Kent Carter?
yeah. I mean,
We going down
Kennedy
that
Carter,
road?
she living her best life anyway, though.
I'm not buying that. I'm not
I
buying
don't
that
know.
for the
I
franchise.
don't know. That's what they said. I don't know. I don't.
I'm not buying that.
If Dennis Rodman can play for the Chicago Bulls for 3 years, I,
Yeah, I'm not buying that.
right? Yeah.
We're not shutting up and playing basketball. We're not going that. Don't
Right.
let's not even go down that road tonight.
Exactly.
We're
And
not
that's the
doing that.
thing too. If you get to the point where you think you would sacrifice the success of the team because you don't want to have to do your job and basically make sure things run as tightly as it can, you shouldn't be in the job. You shouldn't be in the job. Like, I don't know how many times I have to say it. You don't things you okay. It's a privilege. Let me I'm gonna parse this out a little bit here. You are not entitled to a job in the WNBA as anything. You're not. You work for everything you get there. Now the issue is
I
you
don't
do
know.
have
Some
hiring.
people
I know. And I'm about to clean it up. Let me clean it up. Guy, I know what I just said. Hiring managers and owners and people of influence hire people and put people in places that people and players that they feel comfortable around, regardless of what that means to the success of teams. But if you have an organization that's a championship organization or that's always in the hunt for championships and they run their franchise as if they're going for championships every season, you're not entitled to jobs in those organizations. You're not entitled to those jobs. You have to work. You have to show them that you can do what you're saying you can do for that team. Assistant coaches, athletic trainers, player development, even the communications people, the public relations. You cannot sit there and just say, I deserve to be here because I have these credentials. You got to show people what you've done. You've got to interview well, and then if they give you if they give you some type of maybe, let's say a 10-day contract, so to speak, to do your thing, you got to prove you can do that stuff. So when we come back to you and we find out that you're doing things, you're hiring people just because you know them or who they know, or you're letting players go or picking up players because, oh, hey, she's so nice to, and she gets along with my niece and all that stuff. You should not be in the position of power that you're in. You should not, period. Now, if we want to go down the list and go start naming all people, I'll go get my little special notepad and I'll make a nice little list for y'all that we can go through sometime next week.
now in Ghostface Pickle World, that's nice shuffling, but sometimes, most of the time, oftentimes,
Mm-hmm.
it's a I know you or how I played or who played with who or who coached with
Right.
who or who traveled with who AAU, who AAU like that and things
Mm-hmm.
of that nature. So it is a people, believe it or not, fam. I don't want to put a dim light on it, but when it comes to certain circles and players and coaches, it is about um, rubbing shoulders and rubbing the shoulders the right way.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
and so for a coach myself that aspired to be at a higher level of college coaching, there were certain things I weren't willing to do because I wasn't going to lower my moral standards to get to the next level, if that
Right.
makes sense. I'll
Yeah.
just leave it there like that. Um,
100%. Yeah. I mean, I was an assistant coach for a college team. Most people know this. I've talked about this a lot over the months. Yeah, I was an assistant coach for a college team that went undefeated. It was one of the only undefeated teams in the last 15 years in that conference. Um, and I they I knew a lot of the guys that were coaches on in that college because I played, men's league basketball against them. And I've coached like younger kids against their AAUs and stuff like that. So they knew who I was, and I always made it hard on them on the court. I made them think, I made them mad, but they knew who I was, and they brought me in. But they didn't just bring me in; they brought me in to see, what type of influence I would be on the kids in the preseason. Would they gravitate to? Would they listen to me? Can I get them to do things that the other coaches couldn't get them to do? And after about a week and a half, they signed me on as an assistant coach and a strength trainer, right? And we went through the season. We had fights. I actually I got them to change a couple of defensive philosophies going into league play, which I didn't think I was going to be able to do, but it made more sense. Like what I told them to do. Not only did it make more sense, we actually did it in practice. live and in practice, impromptu. Made a couple of switches, and it actually turned the defense around. So I showed them what I could do and how I could help, affect winning. If you don't have players or personnel that are that you can quantifiably see them making a difference in your organization, they should not be there. Period. Here's the other thing too, and I'm going to say it for the millionth time. Whomever in the Chicago Sky management who cannot handle, well, I won't say handle, who can't, what's a good word besides handle? Who can't navigate their job and responsibilities because it gets on their nerves, or they don't like somebody. If you do bring in those people, it affects winning. All of them need to be fired immediately. Because what's happening is everything that they do that's stupid, their fans have no, it's true. It's a true statement. Everything that they do, their fans have to answer for, because they don't answer the questions. They don't come out and say anything but a boilerplate this, and when people start to ask questions, they deflect. You're losing, and then you don't want to own up to it and figure out what the problem is. You got to go. You can't be there. You have all the all-star backing that you could possibly get. And right now they're battling with one of their stars because they brought in an old aging superstar that, I'm not saying she won't. She has some Hall of Fame credentials. As far as being a winner and being, consistent with, her position. Right. She's not a superstar, but for the most part, there's a young player that's a star on your team that basically said the quiet part out loud. And instead of building off of that and trying to bridge the gap and try to see where you can get better, you are essentially throwing her under the bus and letting teammates quarrel in public without really saying anything about it or having a solution to it. That is bad management. Bad management. I don't say
that doesn't get fixed unless they make a change, unless they make a sale or a change. So
that stays the same. The team, they ain't selling that team. That's a cash cow for them.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't. At some point, the league has to think about what is the league. The NFL, nothing's.
You talking about the league stepping in?
The WNBA has to make a decision.
The owner's selling the team. Really?
Now, the WNBA has to make a decision.
Oh,
to be
okay. That's big time though. That's whenever they have to step in and do anything.
There's too much money on the line. They just turned down $400 million for a team.
Right. That's true.
You're gonna let the third biggest market go to shit? Make it make sense. It's the third biggest. What is it? Third biggest media market, right? Stop playing.
Media market. Yeah,
that is true. That is true.
Stop playing.
Yeah.
So there's that.
People don't know that either. They really don't know that about Chicago. Chicago's a huge media market.
Gotta figure it out. Benzino, what's good? So, what do y'all think? What do y'all got? If you're the coaches tomorrow, and we'll get ready to wrap this one. If you're the coaches tomorrow, what is your plan for your team with the game being on Tuesday? Give me your plan for each of the teams still in the playoffs, starting with Phoenix and Minnesota.
You want to go, coach, or me?
Yeah, you got it.
So with Phoenix, it's kind of what I mentioned before. I was watching some of the highlights while we were talking about it, and it just looked like, just based off of what I was seeing from the highlights, and we'll watch I'll be ready to do the whole rewatch a little bit later here. That was a winnable game.
Are you having a practice tomorrow? Are they
no, it'll be a
hard practice. You'll
usually what happens, especially after losses like that, of course, you go to the film and then you go to the court and you do your walkthrough. But if it's something like glaring that the walkthrough's not addressing, then you'll probably have another walkthrough that night, either before or after dinner, right? Because that's the next day. The next day you're gonna go through film, you're gonna go through shoot around and all that stuff, and everybody's gonna get treatment and rest and all that stuff. So you're gonna do a lot of your attention to detail, like, and it's not, that's the whole thing. It's not big. There's not a whole lot of big things. Just some shot selection, some talking, some communication on the pick and roll. And Minnesota they do an excellent job on picking and slipping, pick and roll, high low. You have, and it's quick. It's like bat. All these passes, it's 2 dribbles, it's pass, 2 dribbles, it's pass, back screen, step back. It's, you have to have the communication down, and Phoenix was a half step slow on a lot of stuff tonight.
All right, Coach, what you got?
So with Phoenix, what we do is real quick. With Phoenix, what I would do is have what I call my defensive station series in the beginning, and then I will finish with a lighter thing of some what we call situations with offense and mostly getting up shots, so you can build the confidence. But I always begin practice with defense, reviewing that, and then offense at the end. It'll be offense situation game. We call situations, something that I developed when I used to coach at camps. I got it from All American camps. I used to coach back when I was a younger coach, and it's just putting certain situation time on the clock and then responding to the game situation and kind of get your mind, using different tools to get your mind off what happened yesterday. And you're not going hard, maybe mid speed because you do have a game, but I'm the kind of coach, I want you to be ready, game situation ready. So I'm not a walkthrough person the day before because if you know your team, some players can't get in rhythm when the game starts. They got to have a rhythm before the game. So that's my approach to it. With Minnesota, you're going to protect your illnesses. You're going to go over what you do and hope your defense will step up. But you know that Mercury's going to wake up the next game, so you're going to see if you have see if you strengthen your zone. So you got to mix it up. Be able to mix it up. That's my quick one on those two.
All right, what y'all got? What does the day look like for Las Vegas and Indiana?
Rest and treatment and film and shooting. Just like Coach said, they're not gonna. Yeah. That's an older team that you're dealing with. Right. With the ages. You're not gonna do the same things you would do with a younger team, right? Right. They know what they need to do. They know what they messed up on. It's more or less just being just tightening up, and it's energy. From another thing, I was watching a little bit of the highlights on them. That was all energy. That was, I mean, I'll be honest with you, it was mostly energy when it came to that game.
Right.
Like the Fever, like I said, they have nothing to lose, and they are coached by a good coach, regardless of what Fever fans think. They are, like, you're seeing it. They're playing better as a unit without the queen of the Indiana Fever. Which
I struggle with that. Is it a good coach because of the quality of players? All right, we'll talk about it another time. But I
got you. there is some dissension amongst the ranks about some of these players on the team versus the coach. It's a good conversation to have. It is definitely a good conversation. Yes.
Because like most of the players that she had, they come from outstanding college programs and is already plug and play. I mean, that's like getting 7. Ba-da-da-da-da. I'm loving it in college and saying I'm coaching.
Yep. No, I agree with that part. I do. I mean, there's the thing. There are what I like to call entertainment coaches. There's coaches and then there's entertainment coaches. Entertainment coaches know how to recruit. They know how to talk to the people. They know how to get the most out of the people that already have the talent, and they put the right people together to make the coach look good. I won't say Rick Pitino. Calipari comes to mind. Who's another coach that's like that too? Calipari is one of the main ones. I was gonna say Rick Pitino, but Rick Pitino's actually he was a really good coach in
And
Kentucky.
Calipari, I've been with him at Foster and Robert Morris, and I'm going to tell you, I know firsthand he's about doing the least offensively because he has players that's going to play above the rim.
Exactly. Yeah.
So he's just doing a back. So I sat in on one of his off. He's like, I'm being honest with you. All my players above the rim. I've got this basic offense. It's Princeton on steroids. It's not a full Princeton. It's just space. He uses the Princeton to space out the floor for the floor spacing, and then everything else is somebody shoot it and everybody else go up and get the ball. So it's crazy. But you could do that when you have. I'm telling you, you can do that when you got like 7 of those.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, by the way, people that don't know what Coach Coleman's talking about, he's talking about McDonald's All-Americans. Yeah, for sure. Because that Kentucky team that had Anthony and AD on it, Anthony Davis on it, had 11 McDonald's All-Americans on it, and they were so deep that they had a white team and they had a blue team, and they would sub in like hockey shifts, 5 in, 5 out, and then at the end, who's ever playing the best, they finish the game. That's the game. That's your entertainment coach right there, right? Yeah. Coaches that actually get down into the nitty gritty, and actually do some things. They're the ones that will develop people that may have come into the league with not the know-how or the skill to get things done, but those coaches can actually get the most out of those players. That's a coach.
Right. That's right. That's the difference. You get them. How can you get them to play higher than what they already came in? If they're playing the same that they came to you, then I did not do my job.
Yeah, you're not doing your job. Exactly.
And sometimes that may, and if sometimes you love your team so much. If I'm a fan of a team, that's hard to see or distinguish. Did my favorite player, did my favorite team, did they get better? Did that coach help them get better, or did they kind of play? Did they play the same that they did from the game opener to the conference playoff? Are they like stuck at that same level, or can they, get into the next level of playing? And the biggest thing, the next level of playing is trying something you worked on that you've never done in a game and doing it effectively. Right. And not doing it perfectly. And if a coach knows you're working on that, I'm not going to get upset. We're going to be like, pick how you try it out in the game wisely. That's what I'm going to say. Please don't let the game be online. Now you want to try the left hand layup. Just put it in with 2 hands.
But yeah, it's a little too late at that point.
Yeah, this is not the time I needed you to just go one oopie. I need you to just secure it and put 2 hands on the basketball, lay it in on the left side. Don't do me like that.
Yeah, I've seen that before. 100%. Just I don't. Yeah, for the most part, energy. It's an energy thing. That's one of the most difficult things for a veteran team to do consistently, even though we know that that's what they need to do. For whatever reason, and you can blame this on the coaches too at times, but there's also that thing where some players, it just, when they don't have it going, they don't have another way to actually help the team, or they let their offense affect their defense, or vice versa, which is never a good recipe for success, right? But we're counting on the veteran presence to say just what they said, like when they beat the Storm afterwards. It was like, yeah, we just gotta, we gotta do what we know that we can do, and we gotta be consistent about it. That's what one of their press conferences was all about. And that's what it is. Like, what else could it be? I mean, putting the ball in the basket, yes. Okay, yes. Even if they didn't put the ball in the basket, they could have played way better defense. Period. You can't even, there's no, I mean, matchups, yes. Seth said it best. Let Mitchell get 40. As long as everybody else doesn't do a whole lot of anything, the Aces win. They could get away with Kelsey could average 35 a game in this series. And the series would be over by game 4.
Right. I enjoy Kelsey's game, but I just don't see her having that fortitude throughout the whole session just because you're talking about, when you just poked the hooper against the Aces, the competitor. So I just don't see that fly easy with letting her get off. I don't see that happening just with the competitor you have on the Aces side. I say competitors singular first. The competitor is Asia that then passes on the competitiveness to her teammates. I'm just calling it like I see it. Let's keep it above, right? And sometimes that's how teams are ran. You have that GOAT. She's the GOAT. She's her. I mean, and so I'm just calling like I see. But one thing I would do with Phoenix is I'm a person that in a half court set is what we call running through the offensive set in a half court setting. We call secondary muscle memory, running through your out of bounds plays, running through your sideline plays, your situational slobs, sideline out of bounds. We call it slobs. Baseline is called blob. Baseline out of bounds. And so you run through these what you want to do with a veteran team is run through these situations like that. Your offense, and then in half court set, let's talk about the adjustments we can make. Defense, it wouldn't be a whole lot of full court stuff, but we still got to get their legs under them, get them going because we can't wait to get there to turn the engine on. You know what I mean? Like especially with a heavy late season team, we got to get your engine going before you get to the court. We got to get that going, right? We got to get tuning it up like that. So you want to have, even though it's the night before, you said you want to have that blood warm in their veins and hungry and thirsty. And so you got to have a solid practice, a productive practice, and then always end up with getting shot. You never go wrong with getting shots at the free throws. Never go wrong with that, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, that's the best way to get yourself back in the game is easy baskets and free throws, right? I mean, it's not like they can't get there. It's that they're right in certain points of this game. From what I just saw from the highlights, they just got the energy level was different, right? The other team had more energy than the other. That's it. That's all I really saw. That was the difference in that game. The score is indicative of a double-digit loss, but with a little bit of energy in the right places, you don't give up 28 points in the third quarter.
That's right. That part.
So I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm saying it. It doesn't. It sounds like it's not a whole lot that they have to fix, but it's not. It's totally not. So. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what a veteran team looks like. I'm not really worried about it. The game 3 is what I really want to see because, of course, now that's pivotal.
Absolutely. Well, we got to get to game 2 first.
Right.
You keep wanting to get Tuesday. Game 2 though.
Man, I've already gotten. I'm past game 2 already. That's how confident.
I don't know how you gonna. I don't know why you rushing past game 2. We're gonna take care of game 2. It ain't gonna be about no game 3.
That's right. There you go.
Oh, I don't know what you keep trying to rush there for. Hey, we get ready to get out of here, Coach. It's up to you if you wanted to do scorers before it's no pick 'em.
Did the people want me to? We got pick 'em for tomorrow night, right? Is that right? That's it.
I think it's no games tomorrow, so it's no pick 'ems tonight.
Yeah.
Knockout scorers. It's up to you.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and if you're gonna do it, let's knock it out.
All right, here we go. We're gonna knock it out, and then we gonna be out of here. Is that what you're saying? All right, we ready. It's been Coach's Corner brought to you by Fair. We got Sunday fun day playoffs. It's a pleasure to be with you another night. Let's see show. We thank you for Coach MJ Lover joining us on tonight. Then we got Sunday fun day double-digit scorers of these two games go with Minnesota Lynx. Minnesota Lynx 82, Phoenix Mercury 69 over to the Lynx, who got Nafisa Collier 18 points and one rebound shy of a double-double. Got Michaela McBuckets McBride 21 points. Go Courtney Williams with 23 points and two rebounds shy of a double. That is your double-digit scorers for the Lynx. Mercury. Ooh, Sabali Bali. Ooh, Sabali Bali. Satu Sabali, 10 points. 18 with 18 points, and she was two rebounds and three assists shy of a triple dub. Then we over to Kai Copper, 22 points, and Sammy Wickham, 11 points. That is your double-digit scorer for the Mercury in that game. Let's go over to Las Vegas Aces, 73. Phoenix Mercury was shooting hot, and pull off the victory with 89-73 over the Las Vegas Aces. Let's go to the Las Vegas Aces. You had Asia Wilson, mother Wilson, the 2025 Kia MVP. 16-13. Gamecock on the court. 16-13. Double club. Jackie Young. We say Jackie Young, 19 points. Chelsea point guard, great. 13 and dribbling behind Dana Evans with 14 points. That is your double-digit scorers for the Las Vegas Aces. Over to the Fever on tonight. We had Natasha Howard, 12 and 11, double player. And Leah Boston with double-digit performer with 11 rebounds. And here we go over to Kelsey Mitchell, 34 points, a 30 piece, and plus some. Added four more little chicken nuggets there. They're all Odyssey Sims, almost called it Odessa, like Odessa, Texas. What I was thinking, Odyssey Sims, 17 points. part-time worker. I was thinking of part-time lover. That song. I don't know what was it, but it must be nice. The 17 points for Odyssey Sims, and yes, I do believe what a difference that Odyssey Sims has made. It has helped that team. So on to the double. That's your double-digit scorer. I don't know. Scorers for the Fever and that game.
MJ, you gotta sign in as you when you come in. You're gonna be commenting because you making comments in my name that I'm not making. You gotta come in as you.
We got a production correction.
Yeah, you gotta come in as you. I ain't saying that.
You got to correct him.
My bad.
All right. That is your double-digit scorers for Sunday Funday WNBA Lights, brought to you by Wanda's Wigs. Wanda's no bust downs. Wanda's wontons. Hold the olives. That is what we have for your double-digit scorers. Thank you so much. Quick, sweet, and to the point, as a wise woman I heard say, quick and sweet and to the point. Back to you, Auntie. Gotta use your own handle, MJ.
What a day of sports! What it is, sports, crazy day, crazy weekend of sports. What'd you say?
I thought I did come in as me. No? We'll fix it. We'll fix it in post.
Like you are so funny. You love to fix something in post.
Yeah, I'll fix it. I'll fix it on the back end. I don't see it right now. Yeah.
Oh, but this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of these semifinals. Round game 1 out the way. Game 2 on Tuesday. We're gonna talk some more hoops tomorrow. MJ, do we have a bet show tomorrow?
We should have a show tomorrow. I am on. I don't know about. I didn't get a message for tomorrow morning, so we should have a show tomorrow. We can go through all these anytime touchdown picks. That oh boy, we how much time do we have tomorrow for that? That's gonna take about an hour. That I am so irritated with some of these people right now. This is so stupid. Never mind.
We should have some time. We got the CC show tomorrow. We got now joining the conversation. I believe we got hot takes. We confirm that. That man, what a day! We appreciate y'all pulling up and rocking with us. Until next time, y'all know what it is. That's MJ number 23, Mr. Lover, Big Daddy Long Dong himself. Coach Coleman says talk sports. Y'all stay tuned. Talk soon, y'all.